folks. Thanks for swinging by the Safety Solutions Academy YouTube channel. I'm Paul. Today we're headed on over to Home Depot to take a look at some new security items for my in-laws' home. Those of you that listen to the podcast know that when we came down between Christmas and New Year's this year to spend some time down in sunny Florida, get away from the Cleveland doldrum, cold, blah, snowy weather, we arrived to a home with a couple of broken windows and some missing items. Simple smash and grab scenario. Low class dirt bags, definitely unprofessional criminals ran through. You can get the details on that smash and grab on episode 247 of the Safety Solutions Academy podcast. Swing on by there and take a listen. What we're doing is heading over to Home Depot to take a look for some motion detector lights for the outside of the house, in the rear particular. We're going to see what it is that Home Depot has to offer and get those lights installed today. In addition to that, we've got some sconce lighting on the deck that we're going to try some motion detector inserts for the fixtures, see how those work. And we're also going to take a look at some light switches that have integrated timer system that includes a 7-day programmable setup, a sun-up, sundown setup, and a random vacation setting. And our goal today is to make the house look a little bit more inhabited when nobody's home, hopefully to prevent further occurrences of these smash and grabs that are becoming more and more common. So we're going to go ahead and sign off as we finish the ride over to Home Depot. We'll catch you folks in just a minute and take a look at what they've got to offer in the store. So here we are walking into Home Depot, grabbed a cart. I'm not planning on walking out of here with just a little bit of stuff. We're going to do what we need to do to make the house a little bit safer, and hopefully we're going to do it for just a little bit of money. The first section we're looking for, the timer section. Let's take a look at what they've got. You can see right here, unfortunately, we're missing the in-wall digital 7-day timers with vacation setting. That's what we were looking for. What this does is it replaces a single pole switch so that you can set up lights that are inside the home on 110 circuits to go on and off, as opposed to just having a plug-in timer like your traditional timer here, your basic timers that can only power a lamp. We can turn on with this kind of thing, televisions, fans, can lights that are in the ceiling. We can turn on, home stereo systems, just about anything you want to do, anything that's on a 110 circuit, we can control. We'll have to swing by another Home Depot or a Lowe's and see if they have that product. Right next to that, we've got our indoor motion activated light control, $20. The whole idea is this is a motion activated light control. It fits inside the light socket of whatever fixture it is that you're using and has a motion detector. You can see that right down here on the bottom portion. This is a motion detector that turns that light on and off. Put the switch in the on position, that light's going to come on anytime there's movement in the area. We need to put this inside a sconce. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we're going to give it a try and see what happens. Here's the next section we want to stop. The next thing we're looking for are motion detector lights. You can see that these lights are sensitive to motion. They turn on and off as they sense motion. And actually the $89 model right in the center, that's what we're looking for today. It gives us 180 degrees motion sensor, LEDs, a low power draw. Should work out great. See, here they are right on the shelf. The Defiant LED 180 degree motion security floodlight. We're going to pick up a couple of those as well. I mentioned the inserts for the motion detector in a sconce, and if that doesn't work out, we'll probably take a look at something like these guys here. You can see that these are motion sensor lights as well. You can see the eye down at the bottom. I'm not too thrilled with these either. If you take a look at the very bottom, you can see that all of the settings for the camera, for the light are right there on the bottom, which means they're easily manipulated by anybody that's in and around your home. So not the best of designs as far as I'm concerned. We may have to look further than just these items here. Alright, so we wrapped up our little shopping trip to Home Depot. Just a bit under 300 bills to pick up 2 motion detector lights for the exterior. Each of those being an LED light with 180 degrees sensing motion detector. We picked up the inserts for the sconces that are also motion detectors, 120 degree. I'm not too hopeful for those. And then a couple of light switches that will get us some timer controls in the house. We're going to head on back to the house now and start working on getting this stuff put together. I decided to fire the iPhone back up here and record just a little bit more on the drive home and give you a little bit more background. Again, I encourage you to head to episode 247 at www.safetysolutionsacademy.com and check out the podcast where I talk about the smash and grab in detail. But just a little bit of an interesting note. What we're trying to do is shore up the areas that these thieves specifically targeted. They had a side of the house that's pretty much obscured by bushes. We've got a landscaper coming out to trim those bushes down so that that area is not obscured anymore. It was also dark because of lighting. Well, we talked about the motion sensors. We're going to take care of the darkness as well. There is an alarm system in the home, but it wasn't active at the time, and the crooks knew this because they used a test window to smash to see if the alarm was sound or not. They kept themselves in a pretty safe position, able to escape quickly if the alarm did sound, threw a rock through a window. They got nothing, and so they moved to a better area to enter the house, broke a window there, and headed on in, and headed straight for the master bathroom, grabbed a jewelry box off of the counter, which contained nothing, just some, I don't want to say junk jewelry, but not expensive jewelry by any stretch of the imagination. Headed right back on out the house and took off. These folks were specifically targeting that jewelry box sitting on the master bathroom counter. They didn't know that it was there. They just assumed that it was there, like it is in most homes, and so that's something to keep in mind. You may want to keep your jewelry box someplace else other than on your master bathroom counter. Put it away in your closet. They did spend a little bit of time in the master bedroom closet, but didn't find anything that was that they felt was worth their while, easy to grab. So it was a pretty quick in and out. We could tell by the glass that was tracked around the house where it is they went. They never left the master bedroom suite, and probably a pretty quick situation. So again, check out episode 247 and see what it is. The rest of the details that I give you there. I've got the Defiant 180-degree motion sensor floodlight installed up under the eaves there. It seems like it's working pretty well, even in the daytime. I've got it in test mode right now, and it's tripping according to motion. I just turned the switch on inside. Obviously, during the daytime, the sensitivity is going to be pretty low because of the ambient light. Hopefully, that'll improve at nighttime. But in test mode, you can see it turns right on and off. The sensor itself is actually adjustable to position. We'll tighten that up when we get in the spot we want to. Also, if you take a look at the bottom, you'll notice that it's got several different modes that you can set to, including an adjustment for the sensitivity. And that gives you some ability to determine how sensitive you want it to be. Apparently, according to the package, up to 70 feet. We'll see how close to reality that is. We don't need 70 feet, but hopefully we'll get 20 or 30 out of it anyways. So, pretty cool little setup, $89.99 at Home Depot, and maybe this will be something that will help you in your situation, keep your home a little bit more secure. So here we've got our 110 timer that we're going to install in the switch. It can handle one-way, two-way switches, no problem at all. It's also CFL ready, as it notices or notes here, for CFL and LED bulbs. I'm not really sure what difference that would make, but hey, they say it anyways. Key features are that it's 7-day programmable, so you can have a different program from Monday through Sunday. And what I'm most interested in is I'm interested in the random mode, vacation mode. So when you're looking for this, this is a product by GE. It's the SunSmart digital timer. We're going to go ahead and install that now, see how it works. So we've got the GE switch installed now, and as you can see, I've got it installed in a 4-gang application, and it's a 3-way switch. I'm going to say straight out that if you're not experienced with wiring the 3-way switch configuration, man, this was a challenge. I spent a lot of time double checking things, switching this, that, the other thing to finally get things working. The switch works pretty well. We haven't done any programming yet, but it does turn on and off. I don't know if you're able to see now. I'll shoot this later at night, but there's a little bit of a delay when you touch the switch and when the lights kick on. But other than that, it seems to work just fine. A couple of things you need to know about this switch. First of all, especially in this 4-gang application, I had a lot of trouble fitting the switch into the box. It's a deep switch and it's broad in the back, so plan accordingly to make sure you've got wires out of the way. Second thing, I don't know if you can tell from the screws up top, but first of all, I haven't seen a straight bladed only screw since 1946, and second of all, the grooves are shallow and narrow. I'm pretty tool short here. I'm not at my own place. I'm helping somebody else out, but I couldn't find a screwdriver to fit, and when I finally got one wedged in, it slipped out so easily because it was so shallow. Pretty annoying. Maybe you want to pick up another set of screws when you pick up this kind of a switch. You can see now I've opened up the front of the switch. We've got a whole myriad of controls in there. We'll get in as close as we can here and hopefully stay in focus. Yeah, there we go. Keep in mind that these buttons are pretty small, but this is what you're going to use to, number one, program your switch and change between the different settings, your vacation setting, random, the 7-day-a-week program, all that kind of good stuff. So all in all, looks like a pretty good product. I think we're pretty happy with it overall, and hopefully we'll have some good results from it. We'll be putting another switch in one of the bedrooms, and I got to say that when I head home, there's going to be some of these switches going into our house as well.